Hello and welcome everyone to Championships Through the Looking Glass. This is episode 5, the season 6 championship. I am your host, Manny, and I am here with Kyle. Kyle, how are you?
Doing pretty well. And yourself, Manny?
I'm doing great, man. But today, this is all about you, friend. This is all about you. We're here
Oh,
to discuss your throttling and your first championship. You absolutely destroyed your opponent in some brother on brother crime.
yes, sir. I was in his head the whole time. The
This was
whole game.
this was the third finals in a row that was just basically a complete sweep and led to our transitioning of the 2 out of 3 format. But I have to say, out of all of the finals, 2 of which I got swept in, I have to say this one was absolutely brutal. Like, you straight up took him to the cleaners in like 7 turns.
I felt bad because right after the battle, I walked downstairs and he's just distraught. Like, doesn't know what to say. He's just mind blown.
That's perfect. That was actually one of the questions I had for you. So, like, you guys were in the same house when you guys did this?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so, like,
Yep.
how was the beforehand? Like, was there any smack talk throughout the week, or like what was happening?
So before I'm telling him like I prepared so much for your team right now. You better be ready for this because I think this is his first season in our second. And I was just like, you better be ready for this because I'm coming in hard. And that was like the smack talk. He was like saying he was ready, but I was in his head the whole time.
You had him, dude. You read him like a book. You read him like a book. Um, and then so afterwards, after you won, he was just getting
Yeah,
some
he was in
PTSD. He
distraught.
was just staring out in the left field.
Exactly. Loss of words and was just like I remember like 2 days later, he's like, man, I'm still tight about this battle.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, I don't know how much he could have done in the battle, but
I'll never let this one go down. I'll make sure to remind him every time.
yeah, I wouldn't either. But so heading over here to the team preview here. Your team is just an absolute monstrosity as usual, my friend. So I just have to ask. So like, what, like, why is really my only question. Why is there always so much bulk on your team?
I always like a bulky core, so like if I can switch into anything, that means my threats can always come in undamaged, like full health and can set up. That's
And
just the easiest way.
and boy, did you have a core of Toxapex, Chansey, Ferrothorn, and Alola, which at the time we said in our pre-show meeting was 40 points or 60 points, something like that, which is absolutely absurd. What?
Yeah.
How did you find the fish?
So I've played on the OU and UU ladder for a while, and I just saw Olomomo and UU, and I looked at his HP stat and just his stats in general, and I was like, yo, this thing's a monster. And I looked at the tier list, and I saw it in tier 5, and I was like, why is this down here? Like, I have to grab it. It's going under the radar for too long.
Then you proceeded to show us that all season long, between Chansey, I think out of the 4 that I mentioned, I think that the combo really was Chansey and Alola. I can never get that fish's name right.
I barely know the name, to be honest.
But I think that was really the core that, you know, brought you to the promised land. That was exceptionally hard to get around.
It was just two HP monsters. Like, their stats and the HP is just too high and can eat both physical and special hits.
And I'm seeing this theme kind of develop as I've been going over all of these championships in the last couple weeks with everybody. And the theme basically is all of the champions so far have drafted incredibly well. From just every team has 1 or 2 Pokemon on them, like yours with Alomola, just and even Bisharp was at a lower tier at the time. Um, just identifying like a specific mon that really doesn't belong there, and then proceeding to show everyone why it's worth the amount of points.
Yep, I think Ambipom was tier 4 at the time as well.
Yeah, he might have been actually. My goodness. Yeah, we really messed up early, but we
I mean,
continue to
it's
keep
trial
finding
and
this.
error.
Yeah, yeah. You have to keep searching, man. You have to keep digging. You gotta find those tier 5 nukes. You know, you gotta find the lower tier gold mine.
Indeed, indeed. I'm already looking for next season, waiting for the tier list to change.
Oh God. Well, we have some time before that. But so this was your first championship. What season was this for you? It's like how many seasons were you in before
This was
this?
my second
Oh, okay.
one.
So this was your second season, and you trounced all the way to the finals. You won your first championship, and then you would shortly get back to another championship and be the first ever two-time champion.
Yes, sir, that's me.
And I will have to get you your. I have to order the new badges, but I will get you that badge, and we will talk about how that feels to be on the Mount Rushmore of the league in our later episode. But right now, we're going to focus on your complete annihilation, okay, of your brother here. So I'm going to fade over to the battle window here, and I'm going to play this in slow mo. It's still only going to take 30 seconds, but so here it is. So you lead up with the Ambipom. He leads out
Yep.
with Klefki. Like, what are you thinking? Like, what's happening?
Always lead out with Ambipom to get the fake out into the U-turn because it's a free just switch in, always. And Ambipom is faster than his whole team besides Gallade. Oh,
The
actually taunt to not get rocked up.
crucial
Or
taunt.
oh, he had the Trick Room team. I forgot.
The crucial
You
taunt into the U-turn.
and then I go into Bisharp, and you can pause right here for 1 sec.
Yeah.
Now, the entire season he's never ran offensive Necrozma, so I've anticipated him to only run the Psychic type move, and that's why I went into Bisharp because I know it learns Earth Power as a super effective move, but I just knew he had only the Photon Geyser from the Trick Room.
You were in his head. You called it out. You saw that he didn't have weakness policy, so he wasn't offensive. So
Yep.
this was just, you teed off from here, and everyone will see the next couple turns how they play out. So, he
I
panics.
Swords Dance here because this confirmed he didn't have any super effective move.
And see, now
I
this
was
was the turning point for me. The guts to click Swords Dance again in front of Suicune. Like
Yep.
what was going through? Like, was there a calc that you needed to hit? Like, did you need to be +4, or did you just see your
Yeah.
opportunity to sweep and just go?
Yes, I needed to be +4 to Oko.
Were you afraid of the scald, or
I knew if he scalded, I would just SD again.
oh, okay?
Because I've calced that I did live it for sure. And then from here, it's the 50-50s of Sucker Punch versus Swords Dance. And in my head, I was like, there's no way. I'm going to run out of PP before I stop Sucker Punching.
Yeah, that was
Because
definitely the call.
I knew Mega Sceptile was faster as well.
Oh boy, and there it is.
And then from here, it's Bisharp's faster than everything, and it's over.
Oh, one down. Who's next? Oh, Necrozma. Get out of here! You're gone. Porygon 2, the last hope. He's just he's just sitting there. He traces the Defiant. He thinks he can win, and then boop. Oh,
And it's over.
it's all over. That's all she wrote, and that exactly is why your brother was staring off into left field when you greeted him after your victory. He was just distraught. I would be distraught after this game. And I'm looking through the chat on the side here, and I think Thomas sums it up the best here. He writes in chat, "Oof." So I think that's the only word that you can actually say.
Oh, isn't that Joe?
Joe's right above him, and then
Joe
Thomas is
put
right.
Wolf,
Yeah,
and then I missed that one.
I only saw Thomas first because he's bright purple, but yeah, I think
I
that's the
got
only word that you could muster up to describe this battle.
Yeah, like I said, I went downstairs right afterward, and he could not come up with words. He was just like, "I can't believe I lost like that." Like
So,
that.
was he telling you anything different? Like, did he have any like strats that he wanted to use that he just didn't get a chance to?
He, I can't remember specifically, but I remember the choice band Aggron. He was talking about that being able to OHKO specific things. I think specifically Chansey and Ferrothorn with Fire Punch, and then Alola Mola gets two Coda, I believe, and he lives one hit.
Okay. Okay. Did now the other way around. Now, did you have any sets that you wanted to bring that you didn't get to reveal?
Nope, not really. I'm pretty sure Bisharp was like my saving grace for a lot of these battles because Sucker Punch, Swords Dance was just too strong at the time.
And it was a good value at 120 at the time. And Bishop really, he put in the finest of work for the finals. This is all you could hope for when you draft a Pokemon is that he will go 6-0 in the finals.
Yeah, because Chansey, Alola and Ferrothorn are just bulky walls that can set up like rocks on the opponent's opposing side, and like chip away slowly. Mega Sceptile to possibly get the faster sweepers, and then Bisharp coming in to clean up. Just the late game sweeper.
And then, so I see you had Gengar on your squad here.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Gengar always on your squad?
I don't know. That Pokemon's just always been one of my favorites since Gen 1. It's just the variety of it. It can. I think I ran a very defensive set in one of the battles, like leading up to this, and I just love the diversity of it.
Didn't
Move
someone
fast,
run? Was it you who ran defensive Gengar against Tapu Bulu?
mm-hmm.
That
Yep.
was that it. That was the most mystifying play I've ever seen. I would never have thought in a million years to do that.
Because in my head, I was like, none of my walls can actually deal with Tapu Bulu, and I was like, all right, we're gonna run defensive Gengar, and we're gonna see how this turns out. It's the only counter. It takes 3 hits to kill me. I remember that specifically.
That's
So
that's.
I had three switch-ins with Pain Split.
Oh my gosh, that's great. That's some like five head stuff right there. That's some big brain play. You're like, well, none of my walls can do it, but my sweeper can. Taps on forehead.
Oh man, I miss doing wacky sets like those.
Dude, you got to bring them back next season.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Don't you worry.
I was gonna say you have your two championships now. You are officially on the Mount Rushmore of PFL players. There is nothing left for you to prove. So,
I'm looking to be the first one with 3 champions.
oh boy, and he sets a goal for himself. And right now you are in the lead. You are the closest person to three championships. So you've been in
Um,
multiple finals. Are you've won every finals you've been in, right?
yes.
Okay. So you haven't experienced the anguish of a finals loss yet.
No, I have not yet. I gotta be honest.
Oh,
I,
well,
my my first real devastating one was I think the first season I joined against you, like leading to a finals. I think I lost in the semis against you.
oh, yeah, the season 5 when it was me and Joe. I,
Yep.
I vaguely remember that. And then me not wanting to play you the next season. I was like, this guy's too good. I can't do this again. So, and then, I was just unlucky to draw both of you in the division this year.
Oh, it was an experience in this season.
Well,
It was
better
the
luck for
first
me
season,
next season. Better luck for everyone next season, really, I guess.
for sure. It was the first season I looked at and I was like, oh no, Manny's not doing too hot this one.
No, dude, I'm ebbing and flowing right now. I haven't found my groove yet, my new groove. So
with the new moves coming in and with new mons, or not new mon, I guess old mons getting newer moves. It's gonna be interesting.
yeah, I think it's going to be a very Wild West kind of a season again, just with all of the new stuff that's happening. Like you think you
Oh,
might wall somebody, but then they pull out like mystical fire and you die.
I cannot wait to get in the lab and start testing stuff.
Get in the lab. And where is the lab located, Kyle?
Um, my friend's Discord server where we just play test a bunch of mons.
Oh, so
Like
there,
we just
so the lab is actually a location. Okay, this is good insight here.
we test stuff on the OU ladder, and if it works, and we see the tier list, we're like, all right, this is part of the team.
So that's how you're always ahead of the curve. Okay,
That's how I knew the Pink Urchin Alolan Raichu. I saw what was it? The 240 point mons. And I was like, this is being played in UU constantly. I gotta pull this out.
we need to infiltrate this laboratory and we need to shut it down. Okay.
Oh, you see
No,
the
no more of this stuff. We can't get abused like this again, Kyle.
see the lab will never go away. It's always running tests.
Well, I'll let you, start getting in the right headspace here. It's fun to relive old championships, but like you said, we gotta get primed and mentally prepped for this next season coming up in like a little bit. We got Mono Madness in first, and then we'll get into the preseason. But before we go, Kyle, do you have anything you want to say? Do you have any final words for the crowd?
Nope, not really. You'll see me in the next season.
Oh, okay. He's returning. You heard it here first. Kyle is returning, and hopefully we're not in the same division again.
I hope we are. I hope we are.
Oh boy, I'm kind of scared now. So this was Championships, episode 5. Peace.